starts on P3 alongside will be Hannes Morin, Bradley Barrett and Johan Andersson. Row 3, Arvid Rosen and Marcus Radny. Row 4, Elish Spiezia and Nikola Tosic round out the top 10. And that will be all 10 drivers out on the circuit. And again, it will be standing start. So it will be 8 minutes plus an additional lap for these drivers. And the final row gets into position. The marshal at the front of the grid walks away. Red lights on the gantry. It's lights out, they are off and away, and a good start by both Yalava and Darua. They go side by side, and Yalava already on the grass, trying to go through into turn 3, and Hannes Morin gets through as Yalava runs wide, and up the inside looks to go Victor Nielsen from Denmark. They're all jockeying for position, going through turn 4, now into the left at turn 5 and into 6. Some drivers just holding back and waiting for their opportunity as it's side by side between Tosic and Spiezia. Spiezia gets through. Someone's hung out to dry at the back of the field. And that looks to be a 7-1-9 of Johan Andersson as they make their way through into turn 11 for the first time of asking. But once again, as we saw earlier on, as Nielsen gets passed by Yalava, but Nielsen back on the counter offensive, going down through into turns 13 and 14, makes the move back into P3. And just behind them, they've got Bradley Barrett, and then the 7-0-1 of Arvid Rosen, who, well, so they're making their way through into turn number 6. So Arvid Rosen has got Elish Spiezia just a little bit further behind. And we saw how Spiezia was able to close the gap on Bradley Barrett in heat number 2. Just by using the strategy, there is an added boost button to the standardized amount of power of 24 kilowatts. But the gap between Hannes Morin in second and Victor Nielsen, who was running out the top 3, was just over a second and a half. It's now 1.7 seconds with Alexei Yalava. There's a bit of a move going on behind those two. And that would have included Bradley Barrett. But it's Darua and Morin who have one win apiece. And the person that picks up the victory in heat number 3 will be the one that will be put on pole position following on from the intermediate classification. And it's all to play for tomorrow. And things are closing up from third backwards. So you've got Darua and Morin, Yalava. Then it's Victor Nielsen, 7-0-1 of Arvid Rosen. Bradley Barrett, then Elish Spiezia. And you have the likes of maybe Johan Andersson and Marcus Radny. As they make their way through the chicane. So the gaps between a 4-cart battle that has got Victor Nielsen, Arvid Rosen, Bradley Barrett and Elish Spiezia. That's from 4th to 7th place. And Bradley Barrett trying to close in on Arvid Rosen for P5. Spiezia is in the mix there as well. This could allow Victor Nielsen to get the opportunity to go off into the distance. But with it being so tightly packed, the strategy of using the boost button on the E20 is available. It just depends on where you decide to use that. And if you are in the slipstream, that additional bit of power can help you close up on the drivers in front. Across the line to complete lap number 5, Zendarua still leads. He's led from lights out so far. A repeat of what we saw in the second heat earlier on. As 5th, 6th and 7th. Very close indeed going through turn 4. Barrett was looking up the inside of Arvid Rosen again. And this time he goes up the inside through turn 6. Oh, hits the front bumper of Arvid Rosen, and Spiezia sees a window of opportunity but can't capitalise. And there was a hands up there from Bradley Barrett saying to Arvid Rosen, sorry about that, mate, didn't mean to do it like that. But he went for a move, and it does show that if someone's closing the door, you better get through there quickly. And that's the battle that we're really concentrating on at the moment, 5th, 6th and 7th, as Barrett goes towards the inside of Arvid Rosen, and Spiezia follows behind. Nice work by those two to get past the Swede through turn 3. Now entering into turn number 6 as Spiezia goes defensive on Rosen. But in the meantime, Alexei Lava has been setting fastest lap after fastest lap and has closed to within 7/10 of Hannes Morin. But that gap looks to be ever closer still. And Darua last time around had a 7/10 of a second advantage. 6 minutes down, 2 to go, plus 1 lap. And it's looking rather close between Spiezia and Barrett, but Barrett's just put in a personal best. And there was a little look up the inside on Bradley Barrett from Elish Spiezia. And that is for what is going to be 5th on the road. And even with the amount of weights of these carts, about 215 kilos. As always, side by side for second. Yalava makes it through on Hannes Morin before they've even hit the apex on turn 3. Great timing by the Finn. And gets the job done. Oh no, that's not what you wanted there. Yellow flags at Marshall Post 4. Contact between Hannes Morin and Alexei Yalava. That's not what was needed at this point. And they're just having a bit of a heated discussion. So they've just got to just compose themselves a little bit. When the adrenaline's flowing like that, it's not what you need. And I'm sure, I'm seeing that Hannes Morin is getting back in and kicks up the dust. So that has changed everything, because now that means that the battle between Bradley Barrett and Elish Spiezia, with 18 seconds on the clock to go, is now for a genuine 3rd place. So Darua is going to be getting the final lap board next time around. So for what will be 3rd place for those two, but Darua is leading the way. He's about to come through turn number 11 for the penultimate time, and Yalava out of the race unfortunately. But Morin gets back on the asphalt and gets going again, as now Spiezia realises he's going to have one more lap after this one. He will have seen the timer on the digi flag, and now he's used the boost. He's gone up the inside of Barrett. And Barrett trying to go for the switchback to counter-attack with his own boost function. And now the final lap board is out. Darua going through turn 4. Barrett made good use of the attack. He got the counter-attack on Spiezia. Great dive dueling between the pair. As Darua now makes his way through into the chicane. It's a little bit just behind. They've got Arvid Rosen and Johan Andersson. They are in 2 camps. You've got the red and the yellow camps, the yellow awnings. depicting the two liveries that were premiered at Sarno in 2019 in late October. So checkered flag for the final time today. It's 2 out of 3 for Zendarua, who provisionally goes to pole position for the first final. It's second for Victor Nielsen. Bradley Barrett edges out Elish Spiezia for third on the road. And 0.146 separate the Giro. Arvid Rosen in fifth. Johan Andersson in sixth. Marcus Radny. Nikola Tosic ran out the 8 that finished. Alexei Yalava, unfortunately, as a result of that clash with Hannes Morin on lap 8, retired on the spot, and Hannes Morin pulled the cart into the pits the very next lap. And that is that, as they say.